Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is May and I create fashion and beauty content. You guys seem to like my full line reviews, best and worst. So today we're gonna break down the brand Kosas. Kosas is also cruelty free and Leaping Bunny certified. Now this is a clean beauty brand that you could buy at Sephora. They have their own website and I can't wait to go over everything. I can't even hold everything. I think there's around 13 products that I'll be talking about today. And I wanna get into my favorite products, which there are 3, and then the other ones are just like so-so or complete duds. This is the look that I'll be doing today, so if you are interested for this natural glowy look, keep watching. There are 13 products that I want to talk about today, so let's just get into it. I'm going to go in the order of how I would apply every product. Of course, this video is going to be on the longer side, so definitely skip through and go to the ones that you're more interested in. Starting off with the first product, Lip Fuel. This is $18. The name is Baseline, so it's just a universal sheer lip balm. There are 4 shades total. It's an ultra hydrating hyaluronic lip balm loaded with active skincare ingredients. Some of the ingredients include hyaluronic acid, vitamin E, wild mint, and konjac root. I've talked about this product before in my spring lip products favorites, something like that. If you missed that video, I'll leave it right here. This is just a great lip balm. I really like the packaging because you can bring it up, but you can also bring it down. I don't know why all lip balms aren't like this. Like, it's so important to me, and it can be such a pain if you can't bring it down because then you're wasting product. But this is just a really great everyday lip balm, something that you just throw in your purse, in your backpack, and there's really nothing else to say about it. It definitely moisturizes my lips, and it's a great pick-me-up. Throughout this video, you might hear my puppy Bungie. She's like right behind me, chewing on a little greenie for her teeth. So don't mind her. She doesn't always know her manners and she doesn't understand that I'm filming and I have to get this video out. The next product I want to get into is the Tinted Face Oil Foundation. This is $42. I have shade 5.5, which is a medium with olive undertones. There are 16 shades total, which although that doesn't seem like that much, keep in mind that this is a tinted face oil, so you don't need the exact match. And I really like how they include deeper skin tones and not just one shade for someone who's deeper. There are actually, I think, 4 shades to 5 shades. I've done a dedicated video on this, and for oily skin, it doesn't work, and a full wear test. If you guys want to see the actual wear test, I would check out that video. I'll leave it right here. Even though this only contains 1 fluid ounce, this lasts so long because you don't need that much. A few drops will cover your entire face. My curtain bangs look so perky today, and I feel bad that I have to tuck them behind my ears because they are looking good. And I just wanted to say that because curtain bangs can be such a pain in the butt. Don't forget to shake this up because there are a blend of oils and you just want to make sure everything's all good to go. So I'm going to start off with 3 drops and show you guys on one side of the face how much this spreads and just how much you can cover. And you can use your fingers if you would like to. I'm going to go in with the beauty sponge. I haven't used this in a minute and I just forgot how beautiful it looks on the skin, but also so lightweight, perfect for the summer. The reason why I like to use my fingers first because this will absorb a lot of it and I don't really want that to happen even though this is damp. So that's why I like to use my fingers, and I know that's why a lot of people like to just use their fingers in general and get it all over their face. As you guys can see, it really balanced my skin and just the unevenness, especially with my hyperpigmentation on my forehead. There are some blemishes that are still peeking through, like this one by my chin, and I have maybe like some old ones right here by the jawline, but overall it really does a beautiful job, and this is one of my favorite products from Kosas. You guys should really try this out because it's so unique, so lightweight, and just so soft, and it feels like nothing on the skin, and I think that's what we all want. We don't want our makeup to feel cakey and heavy, at least I don't. All right, wow, boy does my skin look so good, and I really just like the finish of this. It's not glowy and it's not matte. It sits like right in between, which is my favorite type of finish. Hands down, one of their best products and also one of the more unique ones. Let's go in with the Revealer Concealer for $28. Now, I've bought this before and I really do love it. I have 2 shades. I have 03W for under my eyes because I prefer something a little bit lighter for under the eyes. And then I have 5.5, which is medium with olive undertones, just like the Tinted Face Oil. I could also be tone 05, which is one before that, which is medium with golden undertones. 5.5, I like to use this all over the face for any hyperpigmentation or any blemishes. There are 28 shades and I really like how this is medium coverage. It's comfortable. The reason why a lot of people like it because because it has some really great ingredients like caffeine, especially if you like to use it for under your eyes, just to help brighten your eyes. I don't really see much of a difference just because I don't deal with puffy eyes. I more so deal with just a bit of darkness. And then with 03W, I'm just gonna put a little bit under the eyes, but I don't like to use too much. This instantly brightened my eyes, and what I love about this concealer the most is that it has warmer yellow undertones. The biggest thing for me is when I shop at drugstore and I look at concealers, because I tend to buy my concealers at drugstores or like Target, is that they don't have enough concealers with warmer undertones, specifically yellow undertones for Asians. Now, I tend to have to go with something more tan or beige or sand, and that's not really the right match for me. Kosas really understands yellow undertones, which is so weird because most brands don't. They don't really consider Asians and their undertones. I really want to point that out because I know a lot of you are Asian and you guys have similar skin tone as me, so I wanted to mention that. And when I'm not wearing foundation or the Tinted Face Oil, I really like using these concealers. They cover the spots that I need to get covered, but my skin still peeks through, which is why this is such a great product, whether you want more coverage or less coverage. Let's add a little bit of color to my face. This is the Color and Light palette for $34. This is the cream version, and I have Velvet Melon Warm Peach Cream. Guys, say that 3 times. Velvet Melon Warm Peach Cream. Velvet Melon. Well, I can't even say it. But anyway, I really like the packaging on this. It has the blush on the right side, and then on the left side is the highlighter, and it comes with the mirror. There are 8 different colors. 4 of the colors are high intensity, which is a unique way to include deeper skin tones, meaning there are colors that I love that I typically can't gravitate towards because they are so dark and so pigmented, and they're favored for deeper skin tones. And Kosas allows all skin tones to enjoy their colors and get a similar feel. So this one is the less intensity one, and the other one is more intense. I think it's more intense by 2, if I'm not mistaken. I wanted to get that one originally because it's so gorgeous, but because I have so many cream blushes that are in that category, I didn't want to get that, and I'm really glad I got this one because this is more subdued, but it's really beautiful. It just gives a little bit of color to the cheeks. And I also think just brands should be offering those kind of options. I think that's brilliant, and more brands need to do that. I like using a sponge. You guys have probably noticed that through all my beauty videos. Sponge is the way to go. It's just so easy to blend. So I just go in directly. See how light it is, and it blends beautifully into the face tint and the concealer. Now, I tend to have to add a couple of layers to get that pigment to come through, but if you're lighter than me, this is perfect, and one swipe will be good enough. It's so gorgeous. Like, look at that. The color, the luminosity. Now, I will have to set this. That is one thing. I have oily skin. But if you don't have oily skin, you have normal to dry, then you could just leave it as this. And it's just so beautiful. I love how people put a little blush on their nose. It's so charming and cute. So I think I'm gonna do that this time and just put whatever is left over on my nose, right on the center where my bridge is. I'm going to wait to apply the highlighter after I apply the powder. And I'm already gonna tell you guys this now. I'm not the biggest fan of the highlighter, but continue watching and you guys will see why. To set all the cream products on my face, I'm gonna go in with the Cloud Set setting powder. This is $34. I have light medium, and this is so good. There are 10 sheets total. It's a pressed powder that gives sheer coverage. Many people were raving about this, and it's for good reason. I briefly talked about this before, I believe. Maybe one of my favorite videos, but this is so good. It kind of reminds me of the Hourglass powders just because there's a hint of shimmer, and I almost don't want to use the word shimmer because I know a lot of people would stay away from that, but it just gives that luminosity. And even though I have oily skin, I do like a glowy look in certain areas of my face, and this allows the glow to still peek through but to still set everything. Typically I would go in with a brush, but I kind of want to do something different, at least for my under eyes and around my mouth. I'm going to go in with another beauty sponge. This one is specifically for powder, and although this is pressed powder, I've seen people use pressed powder for under their eyes and around their mouth and on their forehead, so I kind of want to try that out just on a whim, and let's be daring. See how there's some pigment to it, but again, not too much. So I'm going to set the under eyes and around the nose, around the mouth, and the forehead. I did one side of my face. You can probably tell which side, but it looks so good. And see how the luminosity still peeks through? especially right here and a little bit on the nose. It looks beautiful. I think out of everything I talk about today and just from their whole entire line, this product is pretty universal, and I think many different types of people will like it no matter your skin type. To warm up the face, let's go in with the Sun Show Bronzer for $34. I have medium golden bronze. There are 3 shades total, and it's a baked bronzer that definitely gives you that glow. Now here's the thing, I was again stuck between getting light or getting medium. Light seemed a little too light for you to be able to see some definition on my skin, especially since it's summer. Maybe that would work for fall and winter, but medium, it's almost like it's just a touch too warm for me, a little too golden. Now, can I make it work? Yes, but there are other bronzers that I prefer more. See how warm this is? I really like using a stippling brush that doesn't pick up as much product, because if you use a different brush, you're really gonna see the marks on your face. Where this, I could really diffuse it and blend it onto my skin. And just to show you guys what I mean, it's almost just a little too warm, a little too muddy, almost pulling reddish on me, which is very surprising. So for me, this product's not worth it until they expand their shades. But you can definitely see a difference, my before and my after. I feel like my look is not complete until I do my eyebrows, which is why I tend to do it in the beginning, but I want to wait and show you guys the face product. But anyway, I've talked about these products before. I did a whole wear test. If you guys want to see that video, I'll leave it right here. This is the Air Brow for $22 in clear. They also have a tint option if you prefer more pigment. Honestly, it's just okay. It's not bad, but I wouldn't say it's amazing. Now, when they say a lamination effect all day, I would disagree with them. To me, a lamination effect is when your hairs are sticking straight up and they last from morning to night in the water when you're sweating, and that's just not this. Now, it could be because I have stubborn eyebrows, most likely, but there are products that are so good, specifically Refi. If you missed that video on my channel, I'll leave that right here. You guys won't be disappointed. It is such a good brow product. This gives you a natural brow look. Yes, your brow hairs go up, but I wouldn't say they stay up all day. Before and after. Again, it's very slight, and as I keep going and talking and go through my other products, this is going to slowly go down. I go with this first, then the brow pencil, and then this one last time. And to fill in the sparse areas, I'm gonna go in with the Brow Pop for $22. This is dark brown. I love the packaging, like the spoolie on one side, the pencil, and that you could just bring it up, bring it down. My only complaint is the size of the tip. It's a droplet shape, and I prefer something tinier, like the e.l.f. one or the Refi one. I could really get hair-like strokes, and this one you can't as easily. Now, if you have fuller brows, that might not matter, but because I don't have much going on and I want it to look as real as possible, this is not the best choice for me. And then one last time with the Air Brow, just to set it all in place. Watch my brows throughout this video. I know that sounds really weird, but they're gonna like slowly go like this. It's kind of funny. Then we have the 10-second eyeshadow for $28. I have 2 colors. I have Supreme, which is warm glittery gold, and Globe, a neutral champagne. 10 seconds doesn't seem very realistic, and it's an interesting name, but you can actually apply it pretty quickly. Now, this is perfect for someone who's on the go, maybe a mom, maybe a student, or someone who's not good with eyeshadow and not good with blending, because this is so easy. You could just use your fingertips, or if you just want to use one single blending brush just to blend out the edges, and then that's it. There are 7 shades. I picked the more neutral, everyday friendly ones, but there are others like purple and blue if you like to have more fun and be more daring. Make sure to shake these up because, as you guys can see, they are very liquidy, and when you just leave them alone, the shimmer will sink to the bottom, which is why it's so important to shake them. And if you were to apply this like on the go, in the car, in the subway, just be careful when you're holding it and applying it because you might dump the product out by accident. I'm saying that because maybe, just maybe, I did that already. I'm gonna go in with Supreme. This one is so pretty. Now here's the thing. You guys already know I have oily skin. I also have monolids, and I didn't prep my eyelids with eyeshadow primer, which is what I do every single time. And I did that for a reason, because I want to let you guys know this is not long lasting. They said in the description that it is not. It is easy to blend, it is quick in that sense, but it is not long lasting. Anything that's in a liquid eyeshadow format, I tend to stay away from because it just doesn't work with my eyes, you know, point blank. But here's the thing, since it's not high intense pigment and it's very soft and it's very blendable, you can just kind of like tap it. So when it starts to crease, you just use your fingers, and because of the warmth, it kind of fixes everything, which is nice. And even when it does crease, it only creases for me, at least in the front, and I don't mind that. So it really depends on what you prefer and your eye shape and your skin type. Hopefully that was helpful. I like to use the brush and directly go on my eyelids. And then with a small blending brush, I just blend out the edges. And that's kind of it. Sometimes I'll apply a little bit more if I want some more color, but it really is 10 seconds. I think with me using a brush, it's about 10 seconds. Did someone actually time me? Was that 10 seconds? Please let me know. And then I just let it dry for a couple of seconds. Isn't this so beautiful? It's very subtle, but when the sun hits your face, it's so gorgeous. I'm just going to prep my lashes for mascara. The Big Clean Mascara for $28. Finding a clean mascara that's actually good is very hard to find. This is the worst product from their line. I'm sorry, I just had to say it and I wanted you guys to know. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. It's just not a great mascara. Even others would agree. I think it only has 2 stars. It's not a good mascara. 1, there are 2 sizes. I got the travel size and there's also the full size. Thank goodness I got the travel size so I'm not wasting product. But 1, this brush. I'm not the biggest fan of this brush tip just because of my eye shape. It's quite big, but really why I don't like it is the formula. It's because it barely gives me length, it doesn't give me volume, and it leaves mascara mark below my eye, which never happens. That never happens with the mascaras that I use, the drugstore mascaras. And honestly, it's just not worth it. So if it can't give me length, it can't give me volume, and it leaves marks under my eyes, it's a dud. It's literally a complete dud. So don't waste your time and don't waste your money. I still want to show you guys, just for any of you who don't believe me. See what I mean? It gives me a little bit of length, separation, and that's about it. And later today, it's gonna get all under here, which is not good and it's not fun. Before I forget, let's go back in with this highlighter since I didn't get the chance to put it on, and my powder is already on my face. I don't know if you guys can tell, well, besides me kind of smushing it, it's very hot in here because I had to turn off my AC, so it's gotta be, I don't know, almost 8 degrees. So it's kind of sweaty. I want to show you what this looks like on my face. Keep in mind, I did apply powder. Can you guys see how it's picking up the product that's underneath, specifically the powder? So it just doesn't lay nicely. And then sure, use another finger to try to blend it out, but it's just picking up the powder and my concealer. This highlighter just doesn't work very well with the other products. I think Merit makes a better highlighter that works better with powders, and this one, not so much. Although I like the blush, I can't remember if I said it earlier, it doesn't last very long, and I actually wore this blush last weekend for a photo shoot, and I was outside for quite a bit, and although it wasn't cloudy and not super hot, the blush disappeared by the end of the day. And I put that blush on 6 in the morning, and then by dinner time, 5 o'clock, I know I have a very early dinner, it was gone. So I like this. Initially, like the blush is really pretty, but just know it doesn't last long. And the highlighter is not for me. Let's go in with the Wet Lip Oil Gloss for $27. This is Jellyfish, which is pretty much clear. It has ever so slightly a hint of pink, but barely anything. There are 5 shades total, and this is just an average lip gloss. I don't think it's anything special. Now, if you want something natural and something simple, then yes, I would go for this. And also, not the biggest fan of the packaging. I find it to be quite clunky, and I carry small bags, so this just takes up way too much space, and I think they could have minimized on the plastic. But this is very comfortable. It just doesn't give you like that ultra high gloss plumpy look. I want a little more color to my lips, so let's go in with the Weightless Lipstick for $28. The shade is Warm Beige, which is the perfect nude for everybody. Whether you have a cool tone, a warm tone, whether you're light to deep, I think this is a really great universal nude lipstick. There are 11 shades total, and this is a very soft, lightweight lipstick. It is so soft that the bullet actually moved a bit. I don't know if it's a user error, but there are lipsticks that are so soft to the point that the bullet moves, and this is one of them. e.l.f. lipsticks, even though they're quite inexpensive, they always move on me. No matter how many times I buy them, they always move. So I'm not sure if I just have one that's a dud or they're so soft that they move, so I just want to warn you guys because this lipstick It really does move. I'm going to take the lip gloss off just to show you guys what the lipstick looks like on its own. See what I mean? How the bullet is more on that side, and then I always have to fix it and straighten it out. But this color is so gorgeous, so comfortable. It barely feels like anything. And then I'm gonna go back in with that gloss just to add some shine. And the last product I'm gonna share with you guys today is the Chemistry Deodorant, the BO Fighting AHA Serum. I don't really talk about deodorants on my channel, and there's a reason why. And that's because I hardly sweat. Asians, well, I'm gonna just say myself, East Asian, specifically Chinese, I hardly ever sweat. I only sweat every now and then, maybe in the summer, maybe if I work out. I don't sweat like droplets. I more so just get sticky and tacky, but I do heat up very easily. But during the summer, I do like to wear a deodorant. The rest of the year, I don't wear a deodorant. I hardly even smell. So I don't sweat and I don't smell. So that's me in a nutshell. But anyway, this costs $15. There are 2 scents. This is Serene Green, which is a very faint scent. And there's also fragrance free as well. I like this squeezy tube. It comes in a roller ball, which I really like. And this doesn't stain your clothes, doesn't ruin them. There's no aluminum, there's no baking soda, and I really like this. It feels cooling on the armpits. I didn't put any on, but the scent just smells like cleanness, you know? But I just put a little on, and then that's really it. Now, is this long lasting? I feel like I can't give you guys the best answer because, again, I hardly sweat, but it's very comfortable and it doesn't leave stains. So for that reason, I would get it. And also, I like the smell. The smell is very subtle. So if you have a strong BO, I'm not sure if this will cover it. I know this review for this specific product might not be the most helpful, so I encourage you guys to watch other videos on this deodorant. But those are my 2 cents. I hope you guys enjoy this full line review of Kosas. But again, I just want to mention my absolute favorite products. You definitely have to check them out, and these are the 3. The Tinted Face Oil, the powder, and the concealer. So basically the complexion product. They really nailed it, and I think you guys are gonna really enjoy these products. The other ones are either just average or a dud, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like it and subscribe for more. I do fashion and beauty. Hopefully we'll be incorporating more beauty. It's just been quite hectic on my end, but have a great day, and I'll see you guys in another video. Bye.